Hey guys, the Red Devil's back again, and in this video, we are gonna be reacting to Home Free American Pie featuring Don McLean for the very first time. I can already tell that this is going to be amazing, and not just because I'm already a huge fan of Home Free, even though I've only heard a few of their songs, and when I say a few I mean a lot more than I could care to count. And I may also be a mild fan of Don McLean, but Don McLean is actually the reason why I'm so happy right now, because today is Don McLean's 79th birthday, so I thought why not celebrate the day of this absolute legend by reacting to Home Free's cover of one of his best songs ever. So while that may be the case for this, that is not going to stop me from still feeling very happy and very excited with listening to Home Free's cover of this song featuring the original artist for the very first time ever. If you are new to this channel, then please don't forget to leave a like. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. And just like Life Would Stand, I let the song play all the way through and then I give my comments at the end. So guys, with that being said, I need you to sit back, relax, and watch me react.
A long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every paper I delivered. Bad news on the doorstep. I couldn't take one more step. I can't remember if I cried when I read about his widowed bride, but something touched me deep inside the day the music died. So bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Did you write the book of love, and do you have faith in God above? If the Bible tells you so, or do you believe in rock and roll? Can music save your mortal soul? And can you teach me how to dance real slow? Well, I know that you're in love with him, 'cause I saw you dancing in the gym. You both kicked off your shoes. Man, I dig those rhythm and blues. I was a lonely teenage drunken buck with a pink carnation and a pickup truck, but I knew I was out of luck the day the music died. I started singing bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove me Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Now for 10 years we've been on our own, and moss grows fat on a rolling stone. That's not how it used to be. When the jester sang for the king and queen in a coat he borrowed from James Dean, and a voice that came from you and me. Oh, and while the king was looking down, the jester stole his thorny crown. The courtroom day that I die. Helter skelter in a summer swelter, the birds flew off with a fallout shelter. 8 miles high and falling fast. It landed foul on the grass. The players tried for a forward pass with the jester on the sidelines in a cast. Now the halftime air was sweet perfume while the sergeants played a marching tune. We all got up to dance, oh, but we never got the chance, 'cause the players tried to take the field. The marching band refused to yield. Do you recall what was revealed today? The music died. We started singing, bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove me Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye and singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Oh, and there we were all in one place, a generation lost in space, with no time left to start again. So come on, Jack, be nimble, Jack, be quick. Jack's flash sat on a candlestick, 'cause fire is the devil's only friend. Oh, and as I watched him on the stage, my hands were clenched in fists of rage. No angel born in hell could break that Satan spell. And as the flames climbed high into the night to light the sacrificial rite, I saw Satan laughing with delight. The day the music died, and he was singing, bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove me Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye and singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. I met a girl who sang the blues, and I asked her for some happy news, but she just smiled and turned away. And I went down to the sacred store where I'd heard the music years before, but the man there said the music wouldn't play. In the streets the children screamed, the lovers cried and the poets dreamed, but not a word was spoken. The church bells all were broken. And the 3 men I admire most, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, they caught the last train for the coast. The day the music died, and they were singing, bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys are drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This will be the day that I die.
Okay, well, for starters, just like always, I am absolutely stunned by what I have just heard. I mean, I know I've heard Home Free's music before because of my previous reactions to them, as well as because of how obsessed I am with their music, as well as Don McLean's music, but I just don't know how they do it. And I say that because, just like with all the others, no matter how many times I listen to Home Free's music, whether it's one of my favourites from them, or one that I've never heard before but know I will eventually become obsessed with, like this one, the voices of Austin Brown, Rob Lundquist, Adam Rupp, Tim Faust, and Adam Chance, and in this case Don McLean again, will always surprise me every time. And I know I'm pretty much saying what I always say in all my reactions to some of the most amazing people and a cappella groups out there, but it's only because Home Free have done it again along with the legendary Don McLean, which is astound me with such an amazing and incredible performance as usual, and it's making me find it very hard to try and think of something completely different to say, but I am trying my hardest. And it's also because while I did enjoy what we've just heard a lot, I do just want to very quickly say why I'm feeling a tiny bit annoyed and nervous right now. I'm feeling a tiny bit annoyed because there was a little bit of lagging in American Pie, which I was really hoping would not happen, even though I did have a feeling it was going to happen. And I'm feeling a tiny bit nervous right now because I'm planning on reacting to Pentatonix's Daft Punk on my birthday, that being October the 12th, and I do not want to make any mistakes in it. I just want everything in that one to be absolutely perfect. But enough about all of that, even though I am still a tiny bit annoyed about the few lags and still a bit nervous about what I'm planning to do on my birthday, and I'm very sorry for sidetracking. I'm focusing on Home Free's music and the voices of the members, as well as Don McLean. Okay, so I don't know about you, but I am a huge fan of Home Free, which you already know. And while I may still be a mild fan of Don McLean, happy birthday, and may have known what to expect from them when they opened their mouths and started singing because of how familiar I am with their voices, I was not expecting to hear that or for it to be that powerful at all from any of them, and I may still be processing it, not only because of how I loved every second of it, but also because of how it was such an amazing and incredible performance because of the amount of power these guys brought to it. And I say that because, and I know I've said this every time, but I have to say it again for these guys again, if I'm being perfectly honest, their voices, as well as Don McLean's voice, just have, and always will, have so much control over those who listen to each of them because of how much power and enjoyment they have to them, and also because, just like the voices of all the other amazing singers, artists, and a cappella groups out there, their voices, as well as Don McLean's voice, are just absolutely beautiful. And if I had to say what my favourite parts of it were, I'd have to say that one of them has got to be the harmonies between Home Free and Don McLean, because I loved the way they blended their voices. It felt so rich and nostalgic, and it really honoured the original song while adding that signature Home Free a cappella to it, and I thought it was really moving hearing Don McLean's voice alongside Home Free's, and it really gave the song such a new, beautiful life. And another standout element for me has got to be the vocals of the amazing Austin Brown, because to me, his smooth delivery and emotional expression really brought something special to the song while still keeping the spirit of the original intact. And I thought his voice just fit in so well with the tone of the song, as did everyone else's at the different times they sang, and it all just made the performance a lot more heartfelt, and especially a lot more memorable. And another one of the most thrilling moments for me, and possibly my favourite part of the whole thing, has got to be the powerful ending of the whole performance, because personally, I love how as the song builds up towards the final moments, the harmonies get stronger emotion-wise, and by the time they reach the end, it feels like everything comes together in this epic emotional conclusion. And I thought the voices, as in like the blend of voices, and the emotional weight of the final verse were just incredible, and I'm still trying to hold back tears just by thinking about it. And I know I've asked this before, but it needs to be asked again for these guys again. How does Home Free, along with Don McLean, always sound so amazing and powerful when singing? I mean, I know I've heard Home Free sing many times before along with Don McLean, but I just get this feeling that I'm listening to it and them and their music and their voices for the very first time ever, and I just don't know how it happens. I mean, I think we've all heard amazing and powerful songs before, but when it comes to people like the members of Home Free and Don McLean and all the other amazing singers, artists and a cappella groups out there, I think we can all agree that the vocals from these people are something else, but in their own unique ways. And if I'm being perfectly honest, I loved every second of it, and I am definitely going to be giving it a 10 out of 10 for being absolutely amazing, as well as extremely enjoyable, and obviously very powerful and very beautiful. And that's pretty much all I have to say about them, and another amazing and especially breathtaking cover by them. But one thing's for sure, I am still stunned and astounded, and I know Home Free and Don McLean are going to continue making me feel that way, because if the others always do that to me, then I know Home Free and Don McLean will always do that to me too. But anyway guys, that is all for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed me reacting to Home Free American Pie featuring Don McLean for the very first time. Special shout out for this video goes to Home Free and Don McLean. Congratulations. I'm gonna go now. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye. And to quote unquote life would stand for the next reaction video, I need you to sit back, relax, and watch me react.